What's up, everybody? Just getting myself set up on my laptop here. Take note. All right. I think I got myself situated. So I'm doing pretty much nothing tonight. Got that lamp in behind me. Let's see if I can. That might be a little better. Just eating some potato wedges. Cold potato wedges that have been sitting on the counter for a while since I got home from work. Oh well. I didn't announce this, so I strongly doubt many people are going to show up. Just got in from my run. Torrential downpour here today. Absolutely torrential. So had to get out for a run, keep that run streak alive, get a mile in. So I did that at least. I should get another device. I have a tablet. It's just really, really crappy. But I should use that just to like tweet out the live stream link and shit when I do this, because I'm using my phone, so I like to record it. So obviously I can't tweet it out on my phone, which is the only way I really know how. Or which is the way that I do almost anything. Is on my phone. Let's see here. Looks like I can do this from my laptop. What do you know? There you go. Live stream happening now, says the tweet. And I will see if old Byron's on. Mr. Byron Murphy. Because if he's on, he will tweet out my link and get people in here. If not, that's fine. I'm gonna keep just talking to myself here for a little bit because I had some thoughts on my mind and I really had no desire to make another video. I already filmed a video. Got that edited. Gonna have a Cliff Bar. Got that edited. It was saving while I was out for my run, so really don't feel like filming another video. But I have to say, so I'd never really played around with like YouTube's music catalog and like downloaded tracks to use later. I gotta say there's some good stuff on there and I'm actually impressed. Anyway, I've had it's been an interesting week. Been an interesting week at work. Got, I see Byron just liked the tweet, so he might show up. But it's been an interesting week at work. It's been one of those weeks where, you know, it's just like a little, not really tension, but just like, you know, there's obviously some stuff going on, and you know, you wanna be showing your worth. You want to be part of the team, but you know, you just get like kind of not so great news or whatever on a Monday. It's hard to finish out the week, you know. At least if you're getting information from the top on like a Thursday or Friday, not so bad. If you got the weekend to digest it. But it's kind of tough starting your Monday off with a you know, with a memo or meeting. A little Office Space reference here. It's like we all got a case of the Mondays, and it lasted all week. That's a funny movie. Looks like Byron just joined. Right on, man. What's up, brother? So I was here talking to myself for 7 minutes. Essentially, haven't said a whole lot other than just, you know, mentioning that it's been a really torrential downpour day here today. It's been, hey, race lever. Byron is the worst moderator of all time. Now, I don't know about that. He's like moderator everywhere. He's got to be doing something right. Now, I have to ask, okay, because I've seen you on some other channels. Is it race lever, as in like, you know, a lever? Or do you pronounce it lever, as in, you know, leave her kind of deal? Like, tell me in the comments, how can your mentor be jelly? Yeah, exactly. But how do you pronounce it so that I know that I'm doing it right? Is it lever or lever? I want to make sure I'm getting that right. Student shall not surpass this master. Yeah, it's a lever. So like lever, not lever. Okay. And the reason why I ask that is because, at least here in my area of North America, in Nova Scotia, Canada, you know, you might have like a lever or something, but we would still call it a lever, even though we know it's a lever. You've retracted all your messages. Do you want to be moderator here? I know there's not much going on. You can be a mod. It says 4 watching now. Somebody else must have joined. Show yourself. Okay. You are now a moderator on my channel. Yeah, basically all I was saying here, guys, before you showed up is that I'm like Marmite, love me or hate me, I'm going to stick around for hours. Yeah. It's been a torrential downpour here today. Been trying to, you know, just get out for my run. I did manage to do that. Got out for like 1.9K. The rain subsided just enough that I wasn't completely soaked from head to toe. I'm blue, data deet. Okay. Are you singing like I'm blue, dada dee, dabba die, like Eiffel 65? Like, is that what you're saying? Like blue is in that song from the late 90s or whatever? Yes, that's awesome. Oh, wow. I'm a fan of you, that is, not of the song. It's terrible, but the fact that you've just brought that up. All right, cool. I'm glad I made you moderator. You're good people. I can tell. So, Eiffel 65, yeah. Prozac was a great band from around that same time frame as well. You know, the ones that were like, I'm a busted and it's true. That was great. Why do you keep retracting all your messages? Are you meaning to do that? Anyway, I'm watching on my laptop down here because, you know, doing my whole thing on my phone. But yeah, it's just been been kind of a weird week at work and stuff. It's been yes, he is. He didn't get Prozac in the UK. Oh, Byron gets jealous if you don't retract your awesomeness. I see how it is. All right, cool. Retract it. You didn't get Prozac in the UK. Like, are you talking about the band? Because that was, I thought that was pretty well known. But anyway, it's pretty good. Yeah, it's just, what was I saying? Been kind of a weird work week. Got some, you know, got some news, not really like horrible news or anything, but just, you know, things that kind of shake things up on a Monday. And I was saying it's kind of like how in the movie Office Space, watch that if you haven't already. You know, the case of the Monday sort of lasted all week. Just kind of hard to get through. Glad it's Friday. Glad it's the weekend. Vohan is here. Awesome. The band, the doctors are prescribing the pills left, right, and center. Yeah. Okay. I don't think they were super famous, but they, you know, they were here. They had a couple big hits. What do you guys think of the hat? Considering doing a live a giveaway for this hat, just because it doesn't really fit me that well because I have a weird head. Like, I find it kind of sticks up just a little bit. So I was thinking about giving it away. I'm not really sure yet. It's kind of growing on me now. I'm able to see myself in it. Byron only listens to the Boy Georges. Do you really want to hurt me on a constant loop? That's rough. I mean, it's a good tune, but I couldn't listen to it on repeat. Byron says you mentioned this to Dan Runs. That's cool. Hopefully Dan can pop by. Race Lever has retracted the message. "1984 classic at the roller disco." I'm a little too young for the roller discos. Didn't make it. You were 7 years old. I was 1. I was born in '83. So I wasn't doing a whole lot at 1-year-old. All right. That's all the eating. I'm done. Have you changed your name in the past? If you're talking to me, no. This channel has always been Jon's Conscious Life. And my name has always been Jon. If you're talking to somebody else, I don't know the answer to that. So what's everybody up to this weekend? For me, I am going to be... Oh, what's my vegan age? Oh, that's a good question. So I went vegan in summer of 2014. So I'm working on about 4.5 years now. Not quite 4.5, but old enough that I'm starting to be able to, you know, put my hand out to people and bring them along for the ride. But yeah, still a vegan toddler. And yourself? That's a good question. How long has everybody been vegan? Type it out in the chat there. And Mr. Vohan, I don't know, or I guess Miss Vohan, I don't really know. I don't know who you are. Unfortunately, I'm not familiar. Let me know as well. A gentleman never tells his vegan age. I see. 3 years for Vohan. And am I pronouncing that right? Vohan? Vohan is all one? All right. Good to know. Mrs. Vohan. Cool. You better start retracting that lever. I can see Byron getting jelly. 60-year heart surgeon, 60-year vegan, celebrated his 104th birthday last month. Nobody's catching that guy. I'm gonna have to live to like 110 or something, like that other guy in Canada. It was 110. But I don't see that happening. I mean, maybe. Who knows, right? But I just want to be healthy. I mean, if I don't make it to 104, but I've had a good life and I, you know, didn't have any like pretty awful years at the end, I'd be happy. So yeah, curious what everybody's up to this weekend. Tomorrow I'm going to be doing just kind of a short run, just chilling a little bit. My girlfriend Jamie will be working, so I'll have the place here. Probably just like power out and just like make a bunch of videos, get a bunch of stuff edited, ready to post. So it'll be kind of a work day, even though I'm off work. And then Sunday I'll be doing an exclusive live stream for Byron and Dan and a few others that have decided to swing by the old Patreon. Where do I live? I live in Nova Scotia, Canada. So I'm on the East Coast, Canada, and that's about it. It's not a really exciting place, but it's nice, good nature, it's quiet, it's safe. So can't really complain. I gotta say, the amount of vegan options and everything else has really increased significantly in the 4 years since I've been vegan. So I mentioned it in a video from just a little while ago. Oh, hey, Michele, what's up? Glad you could make it. Michele is an absolute sweetheart. Very, very beautiful person. So I'm so glad that you're here, Michele. That makes my evening. Thank you very much for popping by. Yeah, and so, like I was saying, yes, hi, Michele. So yeah, the amount of options though in like 4 years that I've been vegan is just, it's exploding. So it was hilarious because I was vegetarian for a little bit first, and just trying to find anything other than tofu was like, you know, a challenge. And now it's just, we've got everything. So how come I didn't say that you are a sweet person? Well, Race Lover, you seem like a really nice person, but I honestly don't know you enough to give you the same kind of shout out that I gave to Michele. So I'm sure you're amazing, and I did give you the wrench if you don't remember, you know, so you are a moderator, so that's got to go for something, right? I've got a lot of trust and faith in you, and I bet you're a lovely person. But you're no Michele. Not that you've proven to me yet. So where is everybody located? I know that Michele is out on the West Coast, USA. I know that Byron is in the UK. Vohan and Race Lever, where are you guys located? Curious to know where everybody's joining me from. And I'm sorry if I keep looking down. It's just, this is the only way I can really have this set up properly, is to have it on my laptop so I can read the chat. Because as you guys know, I can't keep up with it here on my screen. That's just not going to work. Vohan is from the Isle of Man. Okay, cool. That is, if I'm not mistaken, is that just off the coast of Scotland, perhaps? The Isle of Man? I could be wrong, and I apologize if I am. Michelle says, Vancouver, Washington, 5 minutes from the vegan heaven of Portland. Yes, I want to go and visit so much. Oh, yeah, Race Lever. Thanks for making me a moderator. I get what you're saying, Bam, Michelle, and I'm the sweetest person here by default. You know, that is one option, Race Lever. But I don't think that's going to happen. Lower down between England and Ireland. Okay, all right, cool. I knew that I was, you know, in my head, like I kind of can see it on a map, but I have to be honest, I don't know my European geography quite as much as I probably should. I can point out all the countries for the most part, but when it comes to smaller areas, not sure I can really get it every time. But yes, says Michelle, because the Portland is a vegan heaven, and it would be amazing to be able to go over there and check the place out, and I don't know, like a week vacation or something like that. So I do get to travel with work sometimes because I'm in kind of like a sales role and business development sort of a role. So I am able to sometimes go and check out different places. I would love to be able to get to the West Coast. Yeah, Portland, Oregon, Byron. So I would love to be able to get to the West Coast, but unfortunately, we don't have a lot of business out there. There might be a time, you know, there might be a case where I can like really try to push it to make the case to go out there and try to, you know, meet up with a client or something. I don't know, but so it's not likely, but it'd be great if I could get that covered as like a work trip. And, you know, then if I even wanted to tack a couple of vacation days on it and just change when I came back, that would be cool too. Right, because the trip would be paid for. But Seattle, you know, we don't have a lot of business in Washington State. In fact, one of our main competitors is in Washington State, so it's you know, it's not really a market for us. It's not an easy market for us. So, but maybe I can try to convince the powers that be that I need to go out there to change that around. So we'll see. Either way, I'm sure we'll get to the West Coast and visit Michelle at some point. I would love to do that. And you know what? I'd love to see Seattle as well. I think I've always just had an affinity with Seattle, probably just because of the music scene that I was really into. It just, yeah, I want to check it out. With Jamie too, please. Okay, well, I'll bring her along. Grunge, yes. So I'm definitely a fan of the you know, the grunge scene and that kind of late '80s, early '90s pioneer sort of you know, grunge metal sort of a style. Big fan of, I mean, obviously bands like Soundgarden, Pearl Jam, Nirvana, but also other bands like Mother Love Bone, and just there was a lot going on in that Seattle scene, and Alice in Chains, West Coast sort of deal. Yeah, Green Day. Yeah, they were not quite grungy, but they were definitely still, you know, early Green Day was definitely still part of it. So yeah, that was kind of my thing in the early to mid '90s. Listen to a lot of metal as well, but yeah, Soundgarden. I mean, Chris Cornell. That's just the voice of an angel. Like, I don't care what anybody says. That guy has had the you know, just most amazing voice. Race Lever and the Byrons. I like it. We should. Oh man, we should like. We should start a band. We should start a grunge band. We'll be Race Lever and the Byrons. Yes. Yes. I love it. I feel like we're onto something. Get us signed. Well, Michelle, you're out on the West Coast. You're close to Seattle. Do you know any like music execs out there? because if you could just get us signed to a record deal, that would be amazing. Tell you what, you get us signed to a record deal and I'll come visit. How does that sound? And I'll give you like, you play a mean triangle? That's awesome. I'm really good at the Cliff Bar wrapper. It adds a little bit of percussion. You're on it. Nice. So, well, that's cool. It's good to know that there are some music fans out here. You don't bath much. That's more grubby than grungy. Yeah, Byron, that's well, you know, that's quite punk though. I mean, you would fit in with you would have fit in with the punk scene. You know, a little bit on the grunge scene as well. I don't know. There were some pretty dirty grunge people. We can just call it like scum grunge or something. It could be like a crossover. I'm down with that. I mean, I run a lot, like every day, so I could just like go for a couple runs and not shower, and I mean, I'm sure I could be just as dirty as you. Not like that's a good idea, but we'll have no one in the front row. I'll be just pushed back out of necessity. That's hilarious. You know, guys, I gotta say, it's a Friday night. It is, what time is it here? It's only 7:30 here. I don't know what to do. I lead a pretty boring life, I gotta say. I get up early, I go to work, I come home, I run, I eat, and I'm usually in bed by like 9 o'clock. So it is 10:28 there. Yeah. So you guys' daylight savings already switched then, I think, in Europe. In North America, other than the states that don't observe it, and I think Saskatchewan, one of the Canadian provinces, doesn't observe it. Yeah, so your clocks just went back an hour, and ours changes this weekend. So it's 3:30 in Oregon, so, or Vancouver, Washington, I should say. So, Michele, yeah, so it's still daylight out there. I mean, it was dark here. It was dark here 2.5 hours ago, pretty much, so it's almost like we're in different days. Off to the gym soon. Oh, cool. Right on. Gonna go pump some iron. Michele is like super vegan. She do you rap battle? Oh no. Okay, hold that thought. That would be a no, Michele says. Because you're not gonna go pump some iron, but no, she's like benching like 600 pounds. Oh yeah, it's crazy. You guys don't even know. She's like the Hulk. I'm definitely not benching 600 pounds with these little noodle arms. It's because I'm running. It's because I run and I don't do anything else for exercise really, so I haven't like built my upper body, but that's gonna change. He's clearly scared to address my last comment. I win. Hulk Grandma. Yes. Yes. Do I rap battle? You can win. You can win that one. Race Lover wins the rap battle that never began because although I actually do have some, you know, some style and some flow, and I can actually, you know, I can rap a little bit. It has to be along with something. I can't just sit here and freestyle something. Like I don't have that kind of skill at all. The prize was $100 from the loser. Wow, I don't have that kind of money. No, I didn't sign up for that. I'll take your wrench away. How does that sound? Byron says he is benching 165. Man, that's pretty good. That's impressive. You know, I've always heard that if you can bench your weight, you're doing great. I didn't mean to rhyme that. It just happened to do that. So really, you know, I would love to be able to bench, you know, 150-ish or something like that. But really, oh, taking the wrench away costs $250. Man, yeah, I know why you moderate for everybody. This is how you make a living, isn't it? Jeez. I gotta say, I respect the business sense. I do. Retract it quick. So Byron's all smiles. I don't know if it's because of Race Lever and their hilarity, or because you're benching 165. That is really impressive. Congrats on that. Kudos on that. I would love to be able to bench that. You're weighing 160. You're benching 165. That's awesome. You know, if you're benching your weight. When I was in high school, I used to lift quite a bit with a couple of friends, and I mean, I was never like, you know, big strong guy or anything. Like I'm pretty short. I'm a small guy, but pound for pound, I was definitely, you know, pretty strong and could hold my own. But I was putting up, I think my max when I was taking Byron's wrench away will earn me $5. No, come on, I already owe you like 350. Um, $5. Yeah, when I was like 16, 17, I think I maxed out. I put up something like 185, and that was my biggest lift. Um, and I probably only weighed about 140 at the time. So, you know, I was doing pretty good. The offer has doubled. That is an insane increase on margin. And Vohan says they can bench 220, but they weigh 240. Hey, that's still, you know, that's still right in there. That's still right along the kind of parameters for being on par there. That is a tough lady. Nicely done. Michele, like I said, is benching about 625, but she only weighs probably like 120 pounds. She puts up 625 one arm, so that's pretty cool. You don't even want to know what she can do with two arms. Byron was 200 pounds at 14 and could bench a cake to your face. I mean, that's a skill, right? Heavy cake? You're funny, man. You're funny. You are a funny guy. Piece of cake. Yeah. So, Byron exaggerated. Yeah, he's good like that. So, Michele, I'm curious, what kind of stuff do you do at the gym? And when do you get another visit from your beautiful granddaughter? That's if you haven't already left. If she doesn't reply, it's probably because she's not snubbing me, but probably because she's getting ready to go. Probably. Oh, you're flying to see her. Cool. That's awesome. When do you get to go and do that? Day after Christmas for a week. Nice, nice. Race Lever asks, how often do I live stream? I'm still pretty new at this, so I try. I don't know. I don't really have an answer to that. I'm trying to like, you know, do it more often. So I'm thinking I'd like to live stream, you know, maybe once a week. And then um, I do like, you know, at least a monthly patron exclusive live stream. Um, but really, to be honest, there's not much difference between those and this one. Um, so yeah, I'd like to do a live stream once a week, maybe every other week, but I don't really have anything set in stone right now because I've only done like this might be like my fourth one, and I never really plan it or announce it other than like I think one time I did, but um, yeah, I'd like to make it a regular thing. So Michelle, so excited. Yeah, that's awesome. I'm very happy for you. I know how much the seeing her makes your day and is important to you. So I'm really glad you get to go do that for a week. That's cool. And especially around the holidays. That's going to be amazing. Race Lover asks, who are my favorite vegan YouTubers? Well, I've got a few, you know, and some of them are definitely, you're welcome, Michelle. Some of them are definitely you know, pretty well known ones and ones that I've seen you on their channel. But some of my favorite vegan YouTubers. Okay, so I've got to give a shout out to some of the original channels that I was watching, some of the first friends that I made when I started up my YouTube channel 4 years ago, when I was first going vegan. So you've got people like Jenny at Team Broccoli, you've got Shannon and Eddie at the Veggie Nuts, you've got Amy at Fruity Foodie, you've got Janine at she's Potato Wisdom now. She was Banana Wisdom. So that's some of the originals, but I watch mostly, I'm watching a lot of like Happy Healthy Vegan. I'm watching, yeah, the OGs, Michele says, that's right. But now I'm watching a lot of Happy Healthy Vegan. I do watch a lot of Paul Hench Herbivore because I'm into a little bit more of the fitness side of things now. I know I don't look like it, but I am on I am actually doing quite well with the fitness because I'm on a run streak, 306 days as of today. Run some marathons, and so really trying to dial in nutrition and fitness and stuff. So I appreciate, Paul's perspective. I haven't watched a lot of Mike the Vegan, but I do appreciate his channel, and I've seen some of his stuff, and it's really good. Byron moderates for Happy Healthy Vegan, as do I. I got that honor just a few days ago when they were doing their last live stream, and so that's cool. But yeah, it's hard to say. You know what? That vegan couple, Tasha and Luca, those guys are amazing. I think they do really, really quality stand-up videos where they bring logic to the table. So I do love that. And of course, you got people like Joey and Ed and those guys. But do I watch those annoying vegans? I don't think that I do. I know the name, so I've probably seen like a video or two, but I'm not for sure. I haven't really been watching a lot of YouTube regularly for the last few months. Oh, I'm going to give a huge shout out to Chris at Plant Based Runner. Actually, he changed his name recently to Vegside Connections. So Chris, go check him out. He's really awesome. If you like just somebody who is just really off the cuff, doesn't really give a shit what people think about him, just says it as it is, and has a variety of content. You saw me on, yeah, you saw me on Happy Healthy Vegans live stream. Michele says they do animal activist work. Okay, I'll check it out for sure, because I want to definitely bring some more activism and activism style videos. I'd like to be doing some street interviews and things like that. I'd like to, organize some events. I live in a very small, local, rural area, so I would definitely love to be able to bring some vegan philosophy and content to this small area and capture those moments. I need to work on getting some, I guess, really just the confidence to do it. Knowing that like I live in an area where most people kind of know me or know who I am, but then also getting a little bit better gear maybe, or at least having someone who can kind of record that for me so I can focus more on what I'm doing. But that would be cool. Follow them on Instagram. I will do just that. I might already, to be quite honest with you. I haven't, like I say, I haven't actually been following enough content or like paying enough attention to enough content recently. That's going to change. Love the hat. Oh yeah. So it's funny. Thank you. Yes, the vegan zombie, of course. Chris is amazing. I have a coffee cup that says the same. So it's funny. I got this hat. It was about, oh, I don't know, at least a year and a half ago, and it came, and I thought, it doesn't really fit all that great because it, like, I don't know. I have kind of a weird head. I've got almost like a little bit of a flat head, and so it doesn't seem to like fit perfectly so that these letters are really all that easily readable. But you know what? Now that I'm wearing it a little bit more and I'm kind of like seeing myself with it, I think it's all right. I was considering doing like a giveaway for it or something just because I wasn't like 100% happy with it, but I might just keep it for myself. We'll see. We shall see. Hope nobody minds this low light, pasty white dude. Well, at least it's like low light, so I'm not like blasting, radiating whiteness at the screen, so that's good. Hat looks good. All right, cool. Thank you, Michele. Do I remember Janet Wakeland? Yes, I do. But first, gotta run, sweetie. Please hug Jamie for me and pet the kitties. I will definitely do that. I will let her know that you said hi. She's actually resting up right now. It's a little bit of a migraine, so that's why I'm here in this low light. But I will pet the kitties. I will give her a hug. Thank you very much, Michele. Have fun at the gym, and say hi to Michael for me, and we'll talk to you soon. Byron says, yes, do you remember Janet? Yes, I do. I remember that. That was a really cool story, so thank you very much for sharing that. Speaking of Kitty, I've got him early here, just out of view. Flex and challenge hench herbivore to a fight, says Race Lover. See, here's the thing about Paul, okay? I know that Paul could take me in one hand, maybe two hands, and just crush me and just, you know, but he's such a nice guy that he would never do that. So, you know what? I would never want to fight Paul. I would never want to. He's not if you train me. Oh, okay. So you're the one who taught Paul everything that he knows. I see. Okay. Well, I'll think about it. But to be quite honest with you, I really like the guy and have no desire to fight him. But if that ever changes, and hench herbivore wants to get a little rowdy, I'll let you know, Race Lover. Janet started a 1,000 kilometer walk through Spain. 6 months. Okay. So is she currently on that, or did she just start it? I'm not sure, because she had done the thing around Australia, right? You'll just get Paul to want to fight me. Oh, don't do that. Don't do that. I like the guy. Yeah, all right. Whatever. Tell him I was. No, I don't know. I have no idea. I was trying to think of something funny off the top of my head, but I'm not that smart. So yeah, Byron, did she just start this, or has she been doing it for 6 months now? I'm curious, because I want to definitely check that out and continue the conversation on that. It's on her channel. Okay. Have I met Paul in person? No, I haven't. I have not been able to get across the pond to the UK to do any visiting. I'd love to go to the UK. I would absolutely love it. Love to. There seems to be such a huge vegan scene over there, especially around Norwich. I'd love to be able to check some of those places out that I see in everybody's vlogs and stuff. And of course, I'd love to meet Paul. But no, I haven't had the honor. And unfortunately, I live in enough of a rural area that's kind of out of the way that anybody coming over to visit like the U.S. or even parts of Canada would not come here as a layover. So he's actually 5'3", 140 pounds, full on CGI. Okay, all right, that makes sense, you know, because I thought I remembered seeing one of those old videos where he's actually like, you know, a couple inches shorter than Gemma, and she's like pushing him around a little bit, but. You know, he must have deleted it. He must have deleted it. It must have gotten bad reviews. So he must have just deleted that and then started imprinting himself CGI mode on his videos. Makes sense. There, now I've said something. Now you can tell Paul, hey, watch this live stream. And John talks about you and says Gemma pushes you around. Oh, my. Mike the Vegan did a whistle stop tour of Ireland, France, and Greece last week. That's cool. I would like to, I would love to do kind of a tour. All part of your plan. You shady bastard. No, I in all honesty though, Paul and Gemma are very nice people, and Paul is one of my favorite YouTubers. You don't remember subscribing to me? Well, it may have been like a while ago. Honestly, I wasn't very active for almost a good year. So you may have subscribed like, I don't know, last year sometime, and then I didn't make videos for a while and really kind of only picked it back up in the spring or something. So you'll have vegan cheetah cover the scandal. Oh, good, because that's what I need. Happy Healthy Vegan are coming to Wales. Did you do a getting thick? I have to be honest, I don't know what you mean by that. I'm not quite understanding the question. You talked Vohan into subscribing when he was drunk. Ah, nice. You know, I've done some things while I was drunk that I'm not proud of. So hopefully you don't regret it nearly as much as some of the things that I've done and regretted. But, you know, if you do, that's fine. I don't want people here who don't like my channel and don't like my content. So I'm sure that Race Lever will charge you some sort of early exit fee or something like that for breaking the contract. But you can leave. I give you my permission. He convinces married women to do things when they're drunk. Oh, that's no good. Shame on Race Lever. That is not good at all. Hey, so cat spam. So this is Marley. $350 to unsubscribe from John. Getting thick with Liam Anthony. He interviews YouTubers. No, I have not done that. I don't know who Liam Anthony is. And I've never heard about the getting thick thing. So I'm either way out of the loop or I just happen to miss that. Is it a good thing? Is this something that I should be doing? Should I be doing a getting thick with Liam Anthony? Should I convince this Liam Anthony person to interview me? He's not on the internet anymore. Oh. Oh, okay. Liam Anthony is no more. Ah, I see. Okay. Then I'm going to just go ahead and say that I'll scrap any dream of being on Getting Thick with Liam Anthony, which I have no idea what that is. Frank killed Liam. Who the hell's Frank? What's happening here? Who are you people with all of your people I don't know? Who the hell's Frank? I need more input here, guys. I don't know what's happening. This is my live stream and I don't have a clue what's going on. That's okay. I don't have a clue what's going on most of the time anyway, whether I'm live or not, so Frank did him in. There you have it. There you have it. Show you guys my little baby here. So this is Marley. Hey, look at the camera. Stop being so antisocial. Hey. Hi. Say hi to YouTube, baby. No, she's not having it, guys. She's like, Dad, I am trying to just have a chill time here without being spammed on the internet, so I'm going to just leave her alone. Someone called Frank took his channel over. Oh, you heard that Frank even touches Leo. Oh, that's no good. I see. This has taken a turn, hasn't it? You've had some good questions. I'm seeing something popped up from Mike the Vegan. Avocados aren't vegan now, is the question. So, okay, there we go. We've got a video that I need to go watch at some point in time from Mike the Vegan because I haven't been following him enough. Do you have any other questions? I'm gonna go and get a glass of water, and I'll be back in a minute. go ahead and keep yourselves entertained in the comments section. You seem to be doing all right. Here we go. All right. So let's talk avocados. Woo. All right. Questions from the lever. Everybody in this house is vegan. Do I have any other pets? There's one other, her sister. And did I wear Spider-Man underoos as a child? No, you know what? To be quite honest with you, I was never really a big fan of Spider-Man. Not really sure why. He was pretty cool, but I didn't have a lot of like superhero stuff or like specialty stuff. We did not have a ton of money growing up, so you know, usually I just had pretty basic generic stuff, but I was happy with that. I had everything I needed. So Byron, you say you were a Superman fan. Yeah, he was pretty cool. Do the cats ever murder anything? No, these are indoor cats. They don't go out and, you know, bring home gifts for the family, if you will. They actually have well, it's funny you say they kill bugs, but they actually don't. Like they will like follow them and like sniff and like look around and stuff, but they just won't do it. I think Marley may have before like eaten a bug or something, but like they will generally just watch them curiously or like maybe swat at flies and stuff, but no, they're not. The cat just ate a bug behind me. Are you serious? Like, did that really happen? Because I'd believe you if it did, if you say it did. Your mom's cat's a savage. A lot of cats are. For reals. You bastard. You murderer. She's a cold-hearted killer. Time for some candy. So yeah, getting back to this whole like, did I ever wear Spider-Man or Batman or anything like that? I actually don't really remember ever having a whole lot of that stuff, but I was a very, very big fan of the Ninja Turtles, and I remember having like little figurines and stuff like that. It killed the bug humanely. Oh, well, see, that's the only thing that matters, right? It was humane. Liam Anthony has still got 2 videos up. I'm not even going to bother checking that out. But yeah, I mean, you know, if she killed the bug humanely, what do you do, right? Big fan of The Simpsons. Okay, so Byron, have you heard that? I saw a post today, and I don't know if it's true or not, but The Simpsons are actually going to like write out the character of Apu because it's apparently, you know, some kind of like racial stereotype, and enough people have complained about it. I don't think they should do it at all. Anybody have thoughts on that? Because I saw that today and I was like, what? You're going to get rid of Apu because it's like racial stereotyping? Well, what about like, you know, Willie, the Scottish dude? What about like, I don't know, there's plenty of other characters on that show that are like based upon stereotypes. Yeah, Apu. Byron had the Simpsons T-shirt, the Bermuda shorts, cassette of songs sung by various members. Cool. And yes, Byron does dance. He's a great dancer. I have no evidence of this. I'm just assuming. He seems to be the kind of guy that, yeah, exactly, a pole dance, yes. He just seems to be the kind of guy that just really has the moves, you know? That's a good thing. You've got talent. Why do you think I gave him the wrench? So we can adjust the pole as necessary. I can dance my way to the fridge. I can dance my way to the candy jar. I'm a huge fan of candy. I don't eat a lot of candy, but every now and then I just get a little craving and I have a piece, whatever. Not a big deal. It is, in fact, a vegan lollipop. Because it's just like, I mean, it's just sugar basically, and it is sugar that is not like refined using like bone char or anything like that. So you're not a sweet fan, you got 40 lollies for the Halloween kids. Yeah, okay, here's a great question. Is the stick vegan? It appears to be just like, you know, one of those little paper sticks. So I'm going to assume that it is. That is a really good question. I can't think of any reason why it wouldn't be. But now you have me questioning everything, so thank you for that. But here's a great question. How many kids did you guys have for Halloween? Or, per my last video, which you guys would, you'd understand this better if you went and watched it. How many kids did you catch for Halloween? And as long as you trapped them humanely. 44 kids. Oh, that's pretty cool. We had 0. Doesn't know if lollipop stick is vegan. Hashtag fake vegan. Ha ha ha. Byron said one group of kids turned up, rest are going to workmates. Yeah, that's what I did. I took a lot of it into work, but yeah, we had no kids show up at all. It's kind of because like where we are, there's a lot of these little places called roads, but it's really just shared driveways, and they're just narrow little things, and we're kind of like pretty much at the end of a little dead end. And the way our house is situated, because this used to be just a really densely populated community, and it was a lot of families, so like, you know, some would just build a house up on a piece of land, and so the way these houses are kind of aligned, like my door doesn't actually like face my road. I kind of have to come up, which is the shared driveway road thing, and then you kind of have to walk around the house to get to the door. So I think that's really confusing for kids. They're like, where the hell's the door? Where do I go and knock for candy? Like, I don't want to be here. This sucks. This is a dead end, and it's dark, and pretty sure these people are vegan, and let's get out of here. So they probably thought I was going to give out, like, probably thought I was going to give out broccoli or some shit. Two kids got 2 lollies each. An older sister that was too cool also got 2 lollies, and so did a mom. 8 in total. And the question from Byron, do you have kids? No. Oh yeah, so I'll answer that too. I don't have any kids either, and no plans to. I'm not like completely anti-natalist, but I don't feel like I would want to bring kids into this world. We got a lot of shit to take care of before, you know, that would even, I'd even consider that. But I'm 35. I don't feel like at this point, you know, I want to have any kids. If I was going to have them, I would have done so by now. So that's the only way. That is the only way. I will have children only if Byron has my babies. As I'm not completely antinatalist. Good point. You guys ever see that movie? Oh shit, was it Junior with Arnold Schwarzenegger, where he like has a kid? Too many kids here already. Best to sort them out first. Yeah, definitely. Yeah, Junior, 94. See, so you already know how to do it. No, Danny DeVito plays kid. No, that was in the movie Twins, and they were twins. I'm not sure anybody played his kid in Junior. I honestly don't know how the movie ended. I just probably saw it once a long time ago and never watched it again. So, but I do remember Danny DeVito in Twins. Danny DeVito was in Junior? Really? Huh. Okay. But Danny DeVito wasn't his kid. Weird. He was Junior. Oh, weird. Okay. To be honest, I don't know enough about any of these things, so I'm going to take your word for it. I had no idea. I thought they were in Twins together, though. And maybe they were. Maybe they've been, you know, side by side a couple different times. All I know is that Danny DeVito played a hell of a penguin. Is hiding behind my cat? Oh, shit. Really? Oh, that's that bug that she ate. Damn. Danny DeVito is no more. Okay, so I'm not just imagining that then. Danny DeVito was with him in Twins. Okay. All right. I feel like I've accomplished something now that I know what movies I'm properly remembering. Byron once lost a bar fight to a passed out Danny DeVito. How do you know it wasn't Paul? From what you've told me, it might have been Paul. And he's pretty scrappy. So as you can tell, when I go live, probably since I'm new to it, but I have no idea what I'm doing. A lot of times the chat just kind of takes hold, and that's what happens. I didn't really call this a Q&A, but obviously if you have any questions, that's great. Otherwise, you know, you guys just do your thing. But I am glad that you showed up, Race Lover, because, you know, I've seen you on a lot of other channels moderating and stuff. And yeah, I can tell you're a good person. So thanks for popping by. I appreciate that. 6 in the chat. And I really don't know Vohan, but thanks for popping by as well if you're still here. Looks like we've only got 4 watching now. One of those is me on my laptop, so there's 3 of you. Oh, now it says 5 watching. Someone else showed up. Yeah, like I'm keeping score. Vohan is cool. All right, awesome. Keep that in mind. I don't know. What do you guys think? Should I like? You guys are obviously more experienced with live streams than I am. You think I think a weekly live stream is a good kind of Good kind of strategy. Once a week, is that too much? Is it too little? I think I have the time to do one once a week, either on like Friday evening or over the weekend or something. But do a 77-hour live stream for the animals. Now, you say that. I watched the one that they did last year, Chris Hines and Tim for Sail Ranch. And I would definitely do like a 24-hour live stream or something. The only thing is, I don't know how much or how long YouTube will like hold a live stream. So I'd probably have to, like, if I was going to go live, I think with the Google Hangout or whatever, it would save up to 12 hours. So they had to do it in 2 parts. Kim Jong-un. Yeah, right. Exactly. So I think they had to do that in 2 parts because it would hold 12 hours. I don't know if it was just me, just a straight up live stream. If it's the same deal, it only hold like a 12-hour file. But I would definitely do that. Yo, Veggie Nuts. Eddie and I are watching. Cheers, guys. Go check out Veggie Nuts. This is one of the channels I mentioned earlier. So Shannon, when I was asked earlier who are some of my favorite channels, I gave you guys a shout out because you're definitely one of the OGs, one of the first channels I got to watching and knowing when I, first went vegan, first started jumping on this bandwagon. And so I do definitely appreciate everything that you guys do, and you're entertaining as hell. Thank you for the vlogs, man. This Vlogtober shit, like, has been hilarious. It was cool seeing you guys go on that Philly trip and getting to see Bush and stuff. So I won't say too much more else about it, but Byron, Race Lever, Vohan, if you're still here, and whoever else, go check out Veggie Nuts. Great people. And they're the kind of people who just kind of tell it how it is and have some fun doing it and stick up for the animals all along the way. So definitely appreciate that. Hope you guys are having a great night. And, MFH. Yeah, we should do some more vlogs again. It's been weird because it's been hard for us to really kind of get on the same page with kind of what we want to do. It's been weird. It's been weird just being kind of in alignment with like when we feel like doing YouTube and what we feel like doing while we're there. But we'll figure it out. Yes, MFH and Fufi. You know what? No, hey, everybody, just hold on. Everybody just pause your shit for a second, okay? All right. So, Shannon, Eddie, this one is for you guys. I'm not, somebody who's like super alcoholic, anything like that. But this one is for Fufi, okay? So let's just have one for that cause. All right. No, Race Lever, I didn't say that. You're a disturber. All right, so Shannon, Eddie, to Fufi, MFH, cheers, man. All right. Got some bourbon with me, right on. So I don't do that very often. But, all right, where were we? So, Byron, I will leave that up to, cheers. I will leave that up to Shannon and Eddie if they want to talk about what that is, but you'll have to watch their vlogs to find out otherwise. So, a lot more chilled here, says Byron. Ryan has 1,000. It's pretty hectic. Keeps you on your toes. Yeah, it was a lot of work to, it was definitely a lot of work to moderate that. Um, got some big YouTubers for their 24-hour live stream, the small channels, even smaller last year. Yeah, you know what? It was cool to watch that, 24-hour live stream. They raised a lot of money. It was amazing. Um, and I'd love to do something like that, you know, raise money for whoever. You're saying that Chris Hines is the worst last game player ever. See, now I don't know what last game is, so I can't agree or disagree with you. But Chris knows? Okay, well, I'll just make sure that I let him know that you said that. Anyway, so would anybody here that is on this stream, and I know it's only a handful of you, but is there anybody here that would be interested if I did decide to do some sort of like long, um, you know, 12 or 24-hour live stream to raise money for an animal sanctuary or something like that? You know, maybe Veggie Nuts, maybe Race Lever, maybe Byron. I don't know if any of you guys would want to jump on and do an hour or two of just, you know, live streaming with. Maybe, I don't know how to even do it. We'd have to figure it out ahead of time. I guess we use like Google Hangout or some shit like that. I don't know. We'd have to figure out the technology, which I am not very good at. But if any of you would be up for it, that would be cool. Or if you have other ideas of people who might want to be into it, let me know because I don't know when. Yeah, I'll ask Ryan. Definitely, because I know that he'd probably do it. Yeah, and I'll check with Chris for sure. And Veggie Nuts say yeah, totally would if it made a difference. I think it would. So if you're not familiar with it, Shannon, so last year Chris Hines and this Tim guy that I don't remember what his channel is, but so they did this 24-hour live stream and they had like hour-long blocks where they had like different people come and join and talk about just something different, some aspect of veganism or, you know, some like form of activism or just to chat and hang out. It was a really cool way to like get exposure for a um, bunch of different channels, really, but just all these different angles for veganism, and you know, it kind of kept it fresh instead of the same person just talking for 24 hours or same two people just having a chat. So it was cool. So Race Lover, I don't know why you are such a shit disturber. You say you would only want to pretend to do a live stream with Veggie Nuts? No, that's not at all what I'm saying. Yeah, I'll check with Chris for tips on that. Um, Byron is saying that you've been on IG Live with Chris before. I did not know that. Race is joking there, Shannon and Eddie. They are yeah, only quoting me exactly. He's trying to get me number one beat up by Paul at Hench Herbivore. I'm pretty sure that's on the agenda tonight. Um, oh, a shit stir over there. Okay, well, see, I don't know all the lingo across the pond, so please forgive me. Um, but yeah, so trying to get me beat up by Paul at Hench Herbivore. Um, and that might have been the biggest thing and the scariest thing, actually. But we know it's all in fun. So that would be pretty cool. Um, I don't know, like, I have no plan on when I might want to do something like that, though, doing a live stream. So, um, yeah, if it's something that looks like it's gonna come to fruition or something, Shannon, like I'd give you plenty of notice, and we'd have to test out like Google Hangout or whatever on how to do any of that because I have no idea how. At least if Paul beats me up, I'll get to meet him. That's true. So you know what? Silver lining. Silver lining. That's you know, that's really putting a positive spin on things. So I appreciate that, man. Byron is always coming out with some positive outlook and a reason for us to continue existing. So we appreciate that positivity. So I gotta ask to Shannon and Eddie, of course, because you were there too. But I know Shannon's the huge Bush fan. How was it getting to see those guys like a couple different times? I mean, I know I've watched the vlogs and stuff, but really, like, I mean, yes, race lover, yes, only what I threatened you to say. Okay. No, but that's really cool that you got to see Bush. Like, those guys were like one of my favorite bands. Actually, at one point in time, they probably were my favorite band. So, like when Razorblade Suitcase was completely new, man, that was just like unreal. Um, so, what made me get into running? For you, you only run when your life depends on it, or when you want to go up the rocky stairs. I saw that. Um, and kudos, because you made it to the top. Not everybody can do that. Not sure if you said, but what made you get into running? So, I actually got into running because about 3 years ago, I was working in the production shop, and I was actually like, doing physical labor to the make the thing that we make at our company. And then I was given an office job. So I went from working manual labor all the time to sitting at a desk. And so in about 6 months, I had gained about 30, 35 pounds because I was still used to like, you know, I was used to eating a lot, working out basically in my job all day, every day, and not having to worry about weight. And then, of course, I take an office job, I gain like 30, 35 pounds, and I'm like, okay, shit, I got to do something about this. So I wanted to take up running just to, you know, get the little battery notification that my phone is at 20%. So yeah, I wanted, originally it was just to kind of get back into shape a little bit and hopefully lose some weight. And I did. I lost, 30 pounds, 35 pounds, so it was pretty good. Um, so went 3 times to go see them. We'll be going back again and again. Fave to see live. Yeah, that's a bucket list item for me. I got to see Alice in Chains. Of course, it was with Will and Duvall. Of course, with Lane not around anymore. That was still really, really awesome for me to be able to say that. Got to see Our Lady Peace, which was cool. Got to see I Mother Earth, which was awesome. They were actually way better than Our Lady Peace. But yeah, I'd love to see Bush. Yeah, so those are the stairs in Philly. Yes, so Byron, you'll have to watch Veggie Nuts vlog from the Philly trip. Steph says, hi, you lovelies. Happy relative point in time. Happy relative point in time to you too, Steph. Thank you for joining. What is the thing that I make at my company, says Race Lover. We make, we make contraptions that keep me from getting beat up from Paul, or by Paul from Hench Herbivore. They are basically hench herbivore shields because we all need one. Is my cat asleep? Asks Red is Red. Yes, Marley is sleeping. And I just woke her up for you, so I hope you're happy. Yeah, but no, she's been chilling there for a while. I've been on here for an hour and 20, and she's been here the whole time. So good for me, says Veggie Nuts. Yeah, it was awesome to see those bands. Steph says, hi, Byron. Hi, Race Lover. So what do I make at my company was the question again. We make shields. That's actually not really a lie, but that's as much as I'm going to get into. Where is Jamie? Jamie's actually, even though it's only 20 after 8, Jamie is lying in bed. She had a bit of a migraine today. So when we got home today, I just kind of chilled here by myself for a bit till the rain slacked off because it was like super torrential downpour. Went out for a run, then jumped on live here. She's been lying down since like 5 o'clock with a migraine. She was sleeping a little while ago. So what kind of shields? Body armor? Captain America shields? Yeah, I can't keep anything from you. Yeah, Captain America shields. That's exactly what we make. Missed over an hour of John. Boo, damn your job, damn your commute, damn the rain. You blame Race Lever though, that is fair, because that's really the reason why you have missed over an hour of John. Um, no, that's about it. Byron says 60 run days left for the full year. Yeah. So day 306 of this run streak of running at least a mile a day, but I'm averaging about 4.5 miles a day so far this year. Started on January 1st, wanted to just do it so I could look back one day and say, hey, remember that time I ran every day for a year? It's crazy to believe that it's 306 days, but you know what? We've made it. Going to get food. All right, Shannon, Eddie, peace, guys. Thanks for popping by. Really appreciate it. And MFH and all that. So, and I'll let Jamie know you said hi. Oh, Eddie will watch while you're in the kitchen. All right, cool. Hey, good man. Yeah, John threatens me to make the rain come and ruin your day stuff. You know what? I do. I threaten Race Lever to do all of these things. And then when they do all of those things, I act like I don't know what's happening. I'm devious like that. What can I say? What a sweet pea. Yeah. So John is a cyberbully, of course, obviously. I mean, I called this, Friday Fun with John, but I mean, that's not what it is. It's the weekend whipping with John, which actually sounds kind of interesting. We probably shouldn't do that live, though. John is the new Thor. Why is that? Is it because of my noodle arms? It's okay, says Steph. I won't blame you, John. You have a better hat than Race Lever. This is true. This is true. I don't want to see him hold his hammer. Yeah, we're not doing that. Would probably like the weekend whippings. Oh, I bring the lightning and the rain. Yeah, okay, Byron. I see where you're going with that, and I appreciate that. Unlike these dirty-minded folks here, you've actually brought something of value to the conversation. So again, I appreciate that. You're always a beacon of positivity and logic, and I see that Race Lever is essentially your counterpart, and Steph is an innocent bystander. Did I see you butcher Bush during karaoke? No, I did not actually get to see that part. I'm going to watch that one next though, because so I can't really watch the videos too much. Like, well, I was binging while I was at work. Number one, if any of my bosses are watching this, which I know that they're not, but if ever you come across it, no, I do not sit there at my desk watching YouTube videos all day. However, what I do is, like listening to music, will put an earbud in and listen to YouTube videos. So just to clarify that. But no, I didn't get to see you or hear you do the Bush, but I will check it out. And you know what? You say you butchered it, but I'm sure you did it justice. Hey man, I tried to be serious, but you wouldn't answer honestly. What you made it work. Whatever is said now is on you. Yeah, all right, that's fair. Well, okay, actually, Race Lever, I will tell you what we do at work. So we make environmental control systems for industrial applications. So the kind of product that we're making helps to transport dangerous not information, transport dangerous chemicals or ingredients or things like that in some cases, but is mostly used for emissions controls. So a lot of times, like, you'll see industries will have these things, these contraptions to try to capture their flue gases or the emissions, and we make that kind of environmental control type of equipment. So that's something I can actually feel good about. Feel like I'm doing a good thing. Well, I'm not actually doing anything. I just sell things so that other people can do things. But I mean, I guess it's still doing something. But podcasts, says Byron. What do you think? Should I do podcasts, or are you just saying podcasts for the hell of it? Or are you saying that that is what I'm doing while I'm at work, listening to YouTube? I'm just listening to podcasts. Red is Rat asks, what made me go vegan? So, oh yeah, listen to them at work. Good stuff. Yeah, and I do sometimes. I like Rich Roll and stuff. What made me go vegan? So, okay, good question. Honestly, there were a few key influencers early on, but you know, basically coming full circle and just being hit with the fact that, number one, I'm an absolute hypocrite if I say that I love animals and I'm eating them, because it's completely unnecessary to do so. Number two, calling myself an environmentalist when obviously that's not the case if I'm participating in animal agriculture. And you know, after just watching watching a couple documentaries, watching Gary's Greatest Speech You'll Ever Hear, starting to see some YouTubers, and I don't care if anybody loves them or hates them, seeing people like Harley and Freely back in the day, like 4 years ago, when they were just giving, you know, real like go vegan information, happy healthy vegan. Of course, people like Shannon and Eddie and some of the other early channels that I got involved with. Like, I think everything just kind of came together. You know, I was like 31, and it was like all of this information was just coming at me. And even though I'd been a cynic for so long and probably the kind of guy who would troll you with a bacon joke, it just all was so apparent and I just couldn't deny it anymore. So it was like, okay, I need to just do this. Like, I can't just be a dick anymore and just ignore, you know, the reality of the situation. So that's kind of what made me go vegan. Just grew up and realized it was the right thing to do. Do I remember the last piece of animal flesh I ate? I do, actually, because I remember that I was vegetarian for about a year before I went vegan. And I remember at one point when I was vegetarian, I was at my parents' place. I was there. I don't know what I was doing there. I was there like after work. Maybe I was doing some laundry or something, because we were renting an apartment, didn't have our own washer and dryer. But I remember my mom made some dinner, and you know, there were veggies, there was mashed potatoes, and then she had made up like a ham or something. And I don't know why, but for some reason, even though I'd been vegetarian for probably like 3 months at that point in time, or maybe only like 2 months, I had just the smallest little piece of the ham. And I just remember like having a bite and realizing that this was the very last thing I ever wanted to do ever again in my life. Like, not only was it just absolutely disgusting, it, you know, in that moment I was like, whoa, what the hell am I doing? Like, I can't believe I just did that. And, yeah, so I remember it very clearly, and there's not a chance in hell I would ever eat another piece of animal flesh, because it's just not going to happen. Good question. Thank you for asking that. Race Lever, you guys should develop underoos with shields and emission controls for Byron. He would prefer if they're Wonder Woman underoos. There is absolutely nothing wrong with Wonder Woman, but you're right. This is not an underoos denial. The Vegan Uprise is a good channel. I don't know anything about it. I'll check it out. Byron, I will talk to management on Monday and see if we can, in fact, develop you some emission controlling Wonder Woman underoos. That's not really the material we normally work with, so probably not, but I'll see what I can do. Tofu Tommy as well. Yeah, Tommy's awesome, man. He's such a good guy. What a great heart, you know? I'm a fan. I think he's got a great story. I think he, I mean, obviously not a great story. It's, you know, sad in a lot of ways, but the fact that he has channeled, you know, the negativity that's happened in his life and turned it into something positive for the animals and the planet, I think that's amazing. Wonderoos, trademarked, yes. Yes. Oh my God, that's amazing. Race Lever, I need you to be working for me. Do you have any kind of sales history or project management, business development kind of history? Because I'm sure that we could work something out where you could work remotely with our marketing manager and try to develop some of these new product lines and strategies. Because I like the Wonderoos idea. That's great. 7 in the chat, new record, says Byron. Yeah, that probably is a new record for my small ass channel, actually. Eddie, what are you guys having for dinner? What's your food? What is Shannon whipping you up in the kitchen today? You guys have such amazing food all the time. Makes me really, really jealous. It was a powerful moment, right? Yeah, you know what? Red as Rat asks that again. Man, I don't even know. That was just one of those situations where, you know, when you're a kid and you really like, you learn something or you recognize something, and all of a sudden your entire world just changes, you know, like I remember the first time I was a little kid maybe, and I learned about like, shit, I don't know. I don't even know what it is, but you know what I mean? You learn something and it's so profound. It just completely changes your life from that moment forward. And that's what I felt like happened to me in that moment at 31 years old. It was almost as if I was back to being a kid, you know, 2, 3 years old, and realizing that, you know, recognizing mortality or something like that, you know, like just, or you know, being 14 and learning something new about quantum physics or something. Like, it's just amazing in that moment to realize how powerful it was. You sold Byron to 3 supermodels for 3 minutes for 3 easy payments. Well, that's not bad. That's a great deal. That's an amazing deal. You can sell anything. Yeah, I believe it. So Byron's got some granola with dark chocolate. Veggie Nuts have some veggie burgers and broccoli. That does sound amazing. So when are you guys coming to New York? She asks. All right. So you just missed Michele. She was here like 5, 10 minutes before you showed up, and we were talking about how I would love to be able to get out to the West Coast as well, because I'd really love to meet her and Michael. And as far as when I'm gonna get to be able to do these things, I'm not 100% sure. But with my current position at my current job, there is the potential for travel. So I was in Phoenix in April, I was in Chicago in September, and even though they were quick trips, you know, only 3, 4 days, if an opportunity like that comes up again, and it is kind of local to being able to come and check out, you know, visit with one of you guys, I would be able to probably just tack on a few vacation days. So the trip itself and accommodations for the days I'm supposed to be there would be paid for as a business trip. But then, you know, I could just tack on some time. So hopefully we do have some incentives. We do have some plans to try to, you know, continue to work on business development over the next year. Maybe I can, you know, try to swing something for New York. Maybe I can swing something for, you know, heading out west to visit Michele as well. But yeah, definitely want to make it happen. And honestly, if I can make it happen. Oh, my phone just clicked me at 10%. So I'm going to finish this thought, then I plug my phone into my laptop here. So if I can make it happen with work, that's great. If not, definitely in the next like year or two, I need to just take the time, save up the money, and just go. Like, the biggest thing right now is that I'm really trying to like save to buy a house and just take care of that. So I don't want to spend too much on a vacation, but at the same time, there are people I want to see and things I want to do. So, all right, just one sec, guys. I need to plug the phone in to my laptop so it doesn't go dead while we're streaming here. It's hard to believe it's been an hour and 34 minutes already. I'm gonna try to do this without knocking everything down. Okay. I think like everything's good. I'm just going to make sure that it's charging. Okay. We are charging. Now, if I can just get this phone to sit back up on top of this vodka bottle, will be great. Come on. I've got my phone resting on the neck of a Smirnoff bottle. You can do it, phone. Okay. Back away slowly. All right, we're plugged in. Not going to go dead. I've missed some things. Make it happen, VeggieNut says. Yes, definitely. Chicago, whoop whoop, yeah. I remember Red is Red saying, unfortunately, probably just because of the weather, though, if I'm remembering that correctly. And Race Lover saying something about New England. Check out the Vegan Zombie, East Side. Red is Red, Santa Claus, and how you've discovered to. Yes, that's exactly it. So when you're a kid and you realize, what, this isn't real, why the fuck did you lie to me? Yes, that is exactly what it felt like to realize that I'd been duped my entire life into eating animals and that I could instead be happy and healthy and perfectly in line with my morals. And wow, to find out that I'd wasted 31 years of my life being lied to, that pissed me off. But it also gave me the desire and the strength to push for animals and to fight for veganism. So, blessing in disguise, silver lining, I don't know. Claws deniers everywhere, yeah. You'll have a good time in New York. You guys can stay here too. Okay, awesome, thank you, appreciate that. I mean, honestly, you know, we wouldn't want to impose, but anything that helps to keep the costs down is amazing, and I will definitely let you know if something comes up. Come down to Virginia and sync up with AWS on their environmental controls. I'll take you all to Glory Donuts. I don't know what AWS is, but it sounds like they need some environmental controlling. Maybe I can get Hench Herbivore to come with me and we'll crush some skulls. Glory Donuts. Well, that sounds interesting. Are you sure it's not like Glory Donut Holes? I knew someone would say it. Might as well be me. Oh, Amazon Web Services. It's their data center and facilities side. I see. And so they have environmental, like they have emissions issues, do they? Beat you by a half a second. Yeah. Nope, they avoid the holes. Okay. All right. No donut holes at Glory Donuts. I see. We have fun here. Or at least I do. I don't know about the rest of you guys, but... So I know that veggie nuts are eating, but at some point in time I'm going to throw... Actually, no, right now I'm going to throw another for Fufi, MFH. All right. All donuts have holes. You have several spare rooms, can stay here. Race Lever has to stay clothed, though. Yeah, that's a good idea. I think we should have, like, I think we should keep a clothes on policy at all times. Fufi and MFH. That's not glory in the middle. That's the worst feeling, says Red is Red. Yes, it is the worst feeling, but it is good. That is the silver lining. That is the good in it, is that you realize, like, okay, yes, I have been lied to my whole life, and this really sucks, and I wish I hadn't contributed to animal suffering for 31 years, but at least you know from that point forward, okay, now you at least know the truth, you can commit to doing better, and you know, when you know better, you do better, and it's always a process. We're always growing and continuing to learn and evolving as people as we go, so that's all we can do. Race Lever says, Race Lever is even more beautiful in the buff. You know, I'm going to take your word for that. It's not that I don't believe you, it's that it's not something that I'm really keen on learning. So, oh, someone else said that. So you were quoting that, of course. Okay. Oh, I'll learn. Oh God. I'm gonna take that wrench away from you if you keep it up. All right. Red, got any more questions or anybody? We're at an hour and 40 minutes. It's still only 8:42 here. But yeah, I'm an old fogey. I'm usually in bed by like 9 or 9:30. So if you have any more questions, and it doesn't have to be about anything, but oh, my phone's ringing. But oddly only once. Okay. Are you all watching Halloween this weekend? No, I'm not. I didn't really enjoy the movies, and I just don't really care. Do I know vegans in my neighborhood? Okay, so that's actually a good question. Being in very rural, small town, shithole Nova Scotia, 4 years ago, I did not know another vegan aside from Jamie, my girlfriend, in person, that is, that lived in our area. I knew one person that I thought was vegan but wasn't really sure, and she actually worked at the same company as me. She still does, and it turns out she is vegan. So we've chatted a little bit, but other than that, I really didn't know anybody local at all. Now, fast forward 4 years later, there are like plenty of people that I know that are maybe, half hour to 45-minute drive away because they live in more populated areas and I'm out in the fucking country. But there is another couple who is, close to our age, maybe a little bit younger. They live only about 20 minutes away. And yeah, like they're awesome. Actually, they're the people that I raised money for my birthday back in the summer. Did like a little sanctuary fundraiser for my birthday. They've got a little chicken sanctuary called a mini sanctuary, and in fact, Shannon and Eddie, you guys pitched in on that, so I appreciate it. And yeah, we were able to raise some money for them. They're pretty cool. We don't hang out with a lot of people though, just because we're both kind of busy doing our own thing, and then the rest of the time we're doing, stuff together, and we're not like hugely social people. I am a little bit more now that I'm out and I'm running more, and I run with a group on Sundays and stuff like that, but I don't know. I find it hard to make new friends. I really do, to be honest. Even if it is like meeting up with another vegan, I think it's awesome, and I'm glad to like find a new vegan in the area. But then to commit to actually putting time into that relationship is hard for me. It's nothing personal. It's just the way I am. Race Lover says that they called and then decided that they didn't want to talk to me. Well, thanks. I wouldn't want to talk to me either. And am I sure that Jamie's faithful may cheat? If cheese behind my back, that's never going to happen. I can guarantee you that. Because as much as there is a 0% chance that I would ever knowingly eat animal products again, like if it was possible to have less than a 0% chance, yeah, no, there's no possibility. Like neither of us would ever consciously eat animal products ever again. There's no chance whatsoever. Byron says friends are a lot of effort. Veggie nuts, same. Yeah, you guys know what I mean. Like, like especially I watch your guys' videos. You guys are doing your own thing. You guys are very much like together and just living your life. And it is hard to. It's hard to commit to new relationships, right? Like it's hard to. I don't know. I'm 35 years old. I don't like half the people that were my friends growing up and are still my friends, you know? Like, I don't want to meet new people. Like, sure, there's some people that I want to, like, get to meet and hang out with, but, like, you guys, but, I mean, for the most part, I just don't really care. And yeah, so met quite a bit of vegans we didn't really feel with a connection with other than the fact they're vegan. And that's just it. Like, I think it's great and I applaud every other vegan on the planet. And on some level, I feel that connection and I absolutely, love that person as an individual for what they're doing for the animals and the planet. But it doesn't mean I want to be friends, right? Race Lover says, displays nipples to the world on internet, claims not to be social or like people. This one's for you, Race. Do people at work know and treat me different? Another great question from Red is Red. People at work definitely know that I'm the vegan in the office. It comes up very regularly, but I don't bring it up in the office like outside of any normal context or how it would normally come up. Like, I use every single opportunity to talk about it, but like I won't go out of my way because I work with these people. I'm going to probably work with most of them for, the next 20 years or so if this is where I end up staying and retire there. So I'm going to keep it as comfortable as I can while making sure that they know I'm the vegan and that, number one, they can talk to me about it anytime if they want to. They can ask me any question they want and I will be as helpful and as honest as possible. But then number two, that I'm not there to fuck around. So, like, if they start making stupid jokes or comments, they're going to know that that's inappropriate and that's the kind of harassment that is unacceptable in the workplace, whether it's about veganism or anything else. Like, I will not be discriminated against, and I hold enough kind of weight there to be able to put my foot down on that. So it's kind of nice. But Veggie Nut says seems like a lot of people suck these days. Yeah, people suck. Race Lever, eyes burning, can't unsee. Haha. No tassels. No. I never quite got there. When Byron was teaching me how to pole dance, and he taught me some great moves. We never really got to the decorations thing. So we never, we didn't get to that lesson. I dropped out. I'm not a very good student, so we dropped out. We ended our classes before we got to the decoration part. So. Is your girlfriend against being in your videos? No, actually, she isn't. So Jamie is not against being in my videos, even though we kind of do our own thing with YouTube. She has her own channel. You can check her out, My Conscious Life. She does grocery hauls, weekly vlogs, stuff like that. She just kind of got back into it, wasn't nearly active. Neither of us really were for at least a year. But no, we kind of do our own thing, but we sort of have a different perspective, different personalities on how we sort of go about doing the whole YouTube thing. So, I'll make appearances in her vlogs a little bit. Sometimes she'll make an appearance in my videos, but for the most part, we just kind of keep it separate. Just, no reason other than we're just doing our own thing, really. Byron taught me prepare for major chafing. Yeah, see, I use Body Glide though. And I have a stick of Body Glide that I picked up because running, you need to keep yourself well lubed. And so I thought to myself, you know what? If I lube myself up before the pole dancing, that's going to make things even better. And so I don't have to worry about chafing. Byron says, pole dance, we've come full circle. Exactly, man. We have a lot of fun here, right? Red is Red, the dreaded the vegan. Yeah. I mean, you know what? I gotta be honest. It actually has been pretty good. At my workplace, there's some people who are just like they don't understand whatsoever. But for the most part, I think people are kind of intrigued. And well, I'll share this story. We just had kind of like a corporate sort of training thing that was every other week, every other Tuesday afternoon for an hour and a half. And it went on for this past year. It was like this professional firm came in and you know, teaching sales strategy, customer relationship strategy, and stuff like that. And the instructor to that, or the instructor for that, when she found out that I was vegan, like she asked me the question and I told her the reasons why, and she's like, "Wow, like that just I can't deny that logic." She has actually gone probably 95% plant-based since that initial conversation. She'll regularly like bring up veganism and use examples that talk about like cognitive dissonance and how that can apply also in like a sales strategy and stuff. So it's been interesting that my veganism has actually been a part of, or just at least displayed in, this like year-long sales session that our entire company has received. So people definitely know about it at this point, but they also get to see the logic as presented by a professional when trying to prove some other point. So it's amazing. Like it's really cool. Body Body Glide can't withstand Byron's pole dancing moves. Well, he is pretty good. So you're right. There is still the potential for some discomfort, but I think we've got most of it under control. Red is Red says, I didn't know she had a channel. Good to know. Maybe you could do a collab sometime. Yeah, I think that's a good idea. We're already thinking about that. We have done a taste test video. That was what we were kind of known for a little bit back in the day when we had another channel that was just us doing like vlogs or taste tests. And so we have recently done a taste test video about a very exciting vegan product, and we'll talk about it here. But that was pretty cool, and it was nice to, yeah, it was nice to, it's nice to see, and nice to be, you know, back in that dynamic and collaborating. So we do have more of that planned. Just we're not really putting any pressure on it. Thank you, Byron, for sharing the Instagram, and I'm sure you'll probably go ahead and share that Twitter as well. Shannon and Eddie say gotta go pack up the leftovers, do the dishes, and get ready for bed. You know us old farts. Talk soon. Yeah, trust me, I know, because that's me too. So awesome. Thanks for popping by. I really appreciate it. And cheers, guys. We'll be talking soon. Red is Red. Do you ever or did you ever get runner's nipples? Ouch, that sounds so painful. Okay. So, yes, I in fact did. And I'll answer that question too, Race Lever. And maybe even with this answer just a little bit. But no. Yes, I've gotten runner's nipples once. One time I had very, very bad chafed nipples. Cheers. I had very, very bad chafed nipples one time, and I remember the exact day. It was Good Friday earlier this year. So I think that was like March 31st or something, but it was Good Friday. And I went out for a 3 times 2K at tempo pace kind of run, good workout, but it was a cold, windy, wet, rainy day. And even though it wasn't like a super, super long run and it wasn't all that crazy, it was just the right, like, cold rain and like wind and moisture, and it was brutal. So if you have never had that happen, I wouldn't wish that on anybody. But let's just put it this way: if you are ever out running and you are getting chafed or irritated nipples from it, stop immediately. Don't push through, because it will be awful. So will I do the rest of this live stream using the power of interpretive dance so that we can all guess what you're trying to say and see who comes closest to guessing correctly, asks the Race Lever. You know what? Other than pole dancing, I'm really not very good at dance at all, so I'm going to have to go with no for that because I don't have a pole. At least not here. Red is Red says, even if people get upset, you're always planting a seed, even them just knowing you're a vegan. Exactly. And you know what? I just want to always try to lead by example. I want to try to be like somebody who is at least somewhat regular, normal guy that someone can relate to. And I think that I'm able to do that. You know, I'm pretty casual with most people that I meet because I don't want to, like, put them off or whatever. And I try to open up the conversation about veganism if I'm going to do that, just very casually, and sort of really just wait for that like perfect opportunity. Um, in most cases, other times I'll push it for sure. But get the pole? No. Broom and a duct tape will do. Oh, I got a broom but no duct tape. That's unfortunate. John, are you still doing the 50K in August? No, I've decided against that for one main reason. It actually sold out. The event sold out almost immediately, and I did not get registered in time. So that's actually probably a blessing in disguise, though, because I really don't want to do any marathons or whatever next year. I want to focus more on speed. So I'm going to do more 5Ks, 10Ks, do a couple half marathons, and I want that to be my focus. I don't want to be training for an ultra marathon for like 20 weeks and just have it all lead up to that one event. So I want to like break 20 minutes on the 5K. I want to do like a 43 or 44-minute 10K and get my half marathon time down to about an hour 40 or something. Yeah, I don't want to be messing around with long distance training. I did that for the first 2 years of running, so you say 50K would be brutal, but honestly, I've run 3 marathons. 2 of them went extremely well. This last 2, I felt pretty good at the end. So, like, honestly, I feel like if you can run 42.2K, you can run 50. It's not that bad. And there's always August 2020, exactly. But honestly, I think I'm going to just put the long distance running on hold for a little bit. I really do want to focus on strength and speed. So I want to make sure that I'm getting fast, because when I do switch back to marathoning and ultra marathoning, if I get into it, I want to be able to do it faster than I can now. And if I don't invest in that strength and speed now, I just don't feel like I'll progress as much if I just constantly work towards long distances. So, like, someday I would like to qualify for Boston. And as it stands right now, I need to cut like 50 minutes off my marathon time. So I know I can't do that yet. Every 5 years, I'll get a little bit of a break and my time will go up, or every 5 or 10 years. But yeah, long runs are why cars were invented, John. This is true, but it's way more environmentally friendly and economical to just run 42 kilometers, right? Sure, it's going to take about 4 hours or whatever, depending on your skill level, instead of half an hour or so, but better for you. Interpretive dance live streams are great for strength, endurance, and speed. I believe that. I do believe that, but I already ran today. I got my workout in, so maybe another time. I wouldn't want to overdo it. I can't believe we have been going for 118 minutes, 33 seconds, so just shy of 2 hours. And, it's been pretty active. I almost gave up on this. I was like 7 minutes in and was thinking, you know what? There's nobody coming. But then you guys came, and it was all good. Race Lover, are you married? No. Jamie and I are not married. We've been together for 14 years, but neither of us really see any value in marriage. It's not like it's just a ceremony that really means nothing to us. And I think a lot of people in our area and our age get married because they think it's just what they're supposed to do, and they go through like this religious ceremony even if they're not religious, and it just, there's no point. We will be together for the rest of our lives, so whatever, like, we don't need a piece of paper to prove it. Byron says don't own a car, too much to maintain. That's true. Divorced? No. Is there really a point to pay for a race? You could just do it on your own, right? Yes, but here is the great thing about the race environment. So I can go out on my own, and I can go and like push myself, do a hard workout, or like do a time trial, and, you know, do really well. But there's something about leading up to a race and then getting to that starting line and having the adrenaline, knowing that it's, you know, it's timed, it's like it's going to be taken care of. There's a water stop up there. Like, knowing that it's supported, knowing that there's going to be other people to compete against, it really just gets you pumped up. And I always do better at races than I would if I just went out on my own. Like, it's such a rush. Yeah, there's some responsibility needed when like signing up for races, that you don't overdo it or whatever. But I set a budget for myself and allow myself, you know, a few races a year, and it's worth it. Record 7, 8, and 9 set today. Yeah, that's pretty cool. Next live stream double figures, that would be awesome. Especially if Ryan jumps on and moderates for me. Hey, Nicktrition TV. Yes, running a race is way better than running on your own. This guy knows. So if you guys aren't familiar with Nick, check him out. This guy is just like an inspiration when it comes to fitness, getting motivated, smashing goals, and just going out there and giving your all, and doing your best, all while not harming any animals. So kudos to you, Nick. Much love, brother. Race Lever asks, do I know karate? No, I don't know any karate, although when I was a kid, I did learn a little bit of Taekwondo. I've got 3 or 4 uncles who are black belts in Taekwondo, so I did learn some stuff, but nothing official, and I don't really know any of it now, other than just kind of having a basic understanding of martial arts. And she said, or he says, you can't afford this race. That's true. Nick says, you're the inspiration, bro. Streaking, thank you, appreciate that, man. Yeah, today is day 306 of at least a mile. Averaging about 4.5 miles a day though, so I'm gonna hit 2,500 kilometers for the year, probably a little bit over that, so I don't know what that is in miles, but it's good. I'm happy with it for sure. Red is Rad says, it's true, weddings are a business. Absolutely. Why the hell would I want to get, like, you know, and some people have small weddings, I get it, but and I'm not like knocking anybody who is married, but like for Jamie and I, it's just not necessary. But you know, there's people that I know that have no money, and yet they have this huge wedding, put themselves thousands and thousands of dollars in debt, and then they're divorced like a year later, mostly because they have no money. That seems dumb. I don't know. Byron says, did judo as a teen. 1,500 miles is 2,500 kilometers. Okay, cool. That's good to know. What do I have planned next year for running, asks Nick. All right, so I'm not going to do any marathons next year. I was just talking about that because I had originally planned on maybe doing a 50K in August, but it's sold out. So blessing in disguise. My real goal is to improve my speed, my strength, and my speed. So I was just telling these guys, I want to try to break 20 minutes in the 5K, do about 42, 43 on the 10K, and bring my half marathon time down. So, you know, maybe like an hour and 40 or something like that. But really just focus on speed on shorter distances. And then maybe a few years from now, get back into marathoning, ultra marathoning, try to qualify for Boston or something. Race Lever says, jiu-jitsu is a race to start. Well, yeah, I mean, it's true. Yeah, those are nice goals. I like it. I definitely feel like I have a sub 20 in me. Right now, my personal best is just shy of 22 minutes, but I only run 2 5Ks or 3 5Ks in the run of a year. And so my personal best 5K I did in the middle of marathon training, more as just like a fitness test, sort of a tempo run. Well, more like a VO2 max run, I guess, but definitely not something that, you know, I trained for or specifically tried to get a good 5K. All right, so you can do it, give it time, you'll get there. Yeah, I'm just going to focus on it, you know. I know the oldest self-defense techniques known to man, says Race Lever. I will take your word for it. I'm going to get just a little bit more water, guys. I'll be right back. Okay. So, Red is Red asks, are you religious? No, I have nothing against people that are, as long as they're not using it as an excuse to harm others. Um, so, self-defense tricks known to man. Race says, number one, run like hell. Two, have mom on speed dial. Three, say Byron did it. And have Paul on speed dial. Yeah, that's probably a good idea. That's funny. Nick, what about yourself, man? What are your goals for 2019, running wise? Because you just did an ultra not that long ago, right? And then you ran a marathon with a friend of yours, I think, was their first marathon. But when was your 50K? You did a 50K fairly recently, right? Byron says, have Paul on speed dial unless your mom is bigger than Paul. Yeah, that could work. Nick, in case you haven't realized, Race Lever is is a little special moderator material. But every now and then you think, did they hit themselves in the head with that wrench? But it's okay. All right. Does anybody have any further questions or topics or anything like that? Because this has been going for 2 hours and 7 minutes, and it's 10 after 9. I like to get to bed really nice and early, so I'm definitely going to wrap things up in the next few minutes or so. But I will answer your questions and continue this if we have lots of activity. If not, I'm going to bed soon. Or at least getting ready for it. Byron says, yeah, you're getting done. It's 12:10. I'm screwed now because your mom is on speed dial. She knows. Okay. Well, unless she has like a teleportation device and can get right here, I'm not really all that concerned about it. Yeah, run, John. I do run. In fact, every day so far in 2018. I can't wait to end this streak, though, guys. I got to be honest with you. It's been awesome doing this 365-day run streak, through 6 down, but it's going to be nice on New Year's Day, waking up and just not going out for a run. As much as I love running, it's just going to be like waking up and it's going to be a whole new world, you know? I might even, well, actually, I won't have to work that day because I don't know what day of the week it is, but I'd have it off anyway, even if it was a work day or like a weekday. So I'm just probably going to lay in bed till like noontime. I might even watch like internet videos of people running and laugh at them because I don't have to. She has a deportation device. I'm about to be kicked out of Canada. Oh, damn. That's no good, because I sure as hell don't want to go to the US. Do I have a Veg Fest in my area? So there's a Veg Fest that is in Halifax, Nova Scotia, which is about 45 minutes from me. And you know what? The first one was in 2014, right after I went vegan, and it was pretty good. Like, it was, nice, small, intimate venue, lots of fun. People were just having a great time. And then the next year they went to a bigger venue, and it just seemed really cold and corporate and dumb. And then they actually didn't even have one in 2017. Or, wait. They had one in 2014, 15. Yeah, and I didn't go to the one in 2016. They didn't even have it in 2017. And then this year they had it again. And honestly, it wasn't appealing to me. I just thought to myself that, like, I don't even want to go to this, you know? None of the stuff they had going on the agenda looked really, like, fun or interesting, other than a couple things, but it just wasn't worth the trip into the city for the day. Like, I don't know. So yeah, we have a veg fest, but they'll never top that first year. And Race Lever is using greater than symbols in the opposite direction. I don't think you understand that when you want to say less than, you have to do it the other way. That's okay. Um, I would say that Canada's doing pretty all right for ourselves, though. We now have legal weed. We're one of the most tolerant countries on the planet. We have a prime minister that can, run a sub 24 or 5K, which is pretty respectable. Um, it's safe. Yeah, I'm happy to be Canadian, to be honest with you, and I'm not at all like a patriot or a nationalist or anything. But if I had to think about the lottery of some of the other places that I could have been born into, I'm pretty happy to be here. Um, so yeah, any other questions, guys? Because I'll probably want to wrap it up soon. Canada's only safe because it's too cold to bother going outside to commit a crime. That may be part of it. Um, yeah, I mean, you gotta put on your boots and your parka and your toque, your gloves, and then well, sometimes you need to shovel your way out, and you got to be careful when you're exiting your igloo not to knock down one of the walls. And yeah, so it can be a little bit annoying just to go out and do things. What is the best argument I've ever heard against veganism? I've never heard a good argument against veganism because there isn't one. I've heard some intelligent people try to say intelligent things, but they were so full of shit that all they were doing was just contradicting themselves. So, no, I have not heard any good arguments against veganism. I've heard people try to articulate themselves so as to seem intelligent, but that does not mean that they have a good argument. And if you ever hear a good argument against veganism, please let me know because I would love to debunk the hell out of it. Do I like vegan gains? I don't personally resonate too much with Richard, but um, I mean, I think that him and I could get along if we were out doing some sort of activism together, or if we were like collaborating on a certain topic together. I appreciate his ability to use logic, and in his debates actually just use logic to present his facts and point out other people's logical fallacies. But personality wise, I don't think him and I would be great friends, but that's okay. Do you like Ask Yourself? I don't know who Ask Yourself is, so I can't answer that. Is that a vegan channel? Like, hey, should I really have my nipples out in this video? Well, I don't know. I mean, we can all do what we must, right? All right. Do I like Foot Soldier? I don't know who that is. I don't watch a lot of YouTube. Again, I'll be honest. Other than the few vegan channels that I enjoy. But I am going to wrap it up now, guys. We've been going for 2 hours and 15 minutes. Do I know Wavy Carbs? No, no idea. Goji Man, yes, I know Goji Man. Yes, that guy's brilliant. I like Goji Man. You know, if you keep retracting all of these good suggestions for YouTube channels, then I won't be able to go check them out later. But, okay, wrapping it up. I want to thank you guys for showing up. Race and Byron for being here the entire way, this entire 2 hours and 16 minutes. Do I know Byron's credit card and PIN number? Yes, it is 6128-4396-1123-8402, and the PIN number is 8196. You'll need that little number on the back. It's usually a 3-digit PIN, and that's 985. And if you need the expiry, that's July 2020. So check it out. Buy me some running shoes. Okay, that's it, guys. Thanks for watching. Really appreciate you popping by, and thank you, Race, for doing all of that. Yeah, that's exactly it. You got it. Yeah, don't retract that. Keep that in there. And thanks for the shoes, Byron. All right. On that note, I am out. Thanks again. Thanks for all the good questions. Red is red. Appreciate you stopping by as well. And later, Race and everybody else. All right. Peace, guys.